Sounds really good when the valves open, and once it gets in the boost,
yeah,
it really does going.
I like that.
So today, Huzefa and I are reviewing this 2017 Maserati Levante S. It's a SQ4 model, so it's all-wheel drive. The S means more powerful engine. He's got the window sticker right there. You want to list off some of the
yeah, sure.
things?
MSRP is 83 grand, and then this totals at 96,000.
So base price is 86.
Right, base price 83. This one equipped 96 is you know what it's suggested. Now that's it's pretty high, heavy sticker.
We'll get back to the Valley. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's talk powertrain stuff.
So powertrain, it's a 3-liter twin turbo V6.
Yes.
424 horsepower.
Yes.
The ZF's 8-speed automatic transmission, made in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, you know, air suspension, 19-inch staggered wheels.
What is it beeping at me about? I don't know.
Oh, he said the lane departure warning is on. So you get to get
I'm not even doing anything.
Annoyed with that.
Okay, powertrain things. All the vehicles in the Levante lineup get a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. Now there is the crazy high-end one that he just came out with that's like Stelvio Quadrifoglio.
Oh, the Trofeo.
Yeah, the Super Trofeo, Trofeo, whatever. Yeah. That thing is really legit.
Yeah. That's a badass car.
But originally when these came out, oh my God! It yells at you when you go above the speed limit. Okay,
I don't warn you.
You got 424 horsepower.
I know.
Okay,
it jumps. It jumps.
We're getting distracted. So this car, as the S, is uprated. The base 3-liter V6 is only like 350 something horsepower, I think. This one is 424 in S trim. All of them get the ZF 8-speed automatic, which is a pretty good transmission in almost every single application I've experienced it in. The ZF 8-speed can be found in like everything, from a Charger,
products,
Chrysler's,
right?
Range Rover. Does Range Rover use them?
Audi,
BMW.
Does Audi use it? I thought
Audi does not. Audi has their own internal ones, I think.
BMW
BMW uses theirs. Rolls-Royce uses it. It's like in everything.
Yeah.
I really. Do you notice the paddle shifters earlier?
Yeah, they're large. They're big.
Yeah, they're large, machined aluminum, so you get the nice cold feeling of the metal. It's like a Quadrifoglio, but not quite as large and nice. But they're pretty good.
They're nice. Yeah, they're good. I mean, it's like if you compare it to like a 458 and stuff like that, they're a little bit different.
A little bit, but in an SUV,
that's fine. Yeah, this is a sporty
SUV.
Turn
off lane. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's cruise control.
I don't. It's not always the easiest stuff to find on here. I know it's not very intuitive.
Ergonomically, I'm not very happy with the car so far.
Yeah.
But let's wrap up powertrain.
All right.
It makes pretty good power. It's got a significant amount of turbo lag, but
it's a fun engine. It's a fun engine. I love the note, the exhaust note. That sounds amazing. I think it's one of the better exhaust notes out there compared to any regarding SUVs, sporty SUVs. I think it's a fun sounding engine.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, that's irritating.
When you cold started it back in the garage, I was like, wow.
Right.
That thing sounded like it's properly exotic.
Yeah, exactly. For a Mazda SUV, that thing sounds really nice.
Yes. So sound is really good.
Yep.
It's a pretty good powertrain. It gets up and goes. It's pretty quick once you're in boost. Transmission is a good transmission, but it doesn't overall come to me as something that's super, like, I don't know. I feel like the Porsches feel tighter and better responsive.
It's a nice, I think it's pretty good handling, but the thing is, for 100 grand, I don't know, does this look like a 100 grand SUV? It's hard to say. I'm not sure if it does. You're paying for the Maserati, the Trident.
Yes,
you get this
big Trident.
Nice, big, fat, yummy Trident on that grill.
Yummy? Did you describe?
Yummy Trident.
Yummy Trident. Oh,
on
God.
that grill.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. So that stuff is cool. I love the front profile of this car. That looks really cool. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah. Let's talk about exterior styling then.
Yep.
It looks unique. It's very easy to tell that it's a Maserati because of the gigantic, yummy Trident. And the like kind of signature looking Maserati grille.
Yep.
I think it looks better than that initial concept they came out with at the auto show, which they had also called the Kubang. And I think Jeremy Clark said, I think he made the joke that like what kind of a name is that?
I know.
And it was like, it'll just be the
so
sound the
odd.
car makes as soon as you drive off the lot. Just kabang, clatter, clatter as the engine explodes.
Yeah, that's a really odd name. Yeah, I forgot about that, the Kubang. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't name it Kubang. Levante sounds sexier. And, you know, obviously Maserati's trying to increase brand recognition as well as people owning the Maserati, increasing units of this vehicle. So they'll do a good job. A lot of people are going to get into the brand with an SUV.
Yes, this is the first SUV Maserati has ever made.
Yep.
Ever have the Trident on it.
You know, everyone's copying what Porsche did years ago with the Cayenne.
Yeah.
So it's a smart move. Porsche made tons of money off that.
And they still are.
And they still are, yeah. They're doing great. And same with Maserati. For them to exist, I think they need an SUV.
So, yeah, to wrap up exterior styling, I think it looks pretty good. This is a nice blue color. It looks aggressive. But from certain angles, it almost looks a little bit generic, I think. You brought up who I think...
The Infiniti.
Infiniti,
yes.
Yeah. I see a little bit of...
It seems a little Japanesey here and there, which
so,
kind of turns me off because you're spending $100K for a Maserati. I don't want it to look like a Infiniti.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to be obviously very
honestly
different.
I don't really love the modern Maserati styling anymore. I remember when I was growing up,
I love
the Gran Turismo.
Yeah, the Gran Turismo. That's my favorite,
like an MC
favorite
Sedale.
design. Yeah,
that is just drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
Even though the electronics suck in that car, it's not reliable.
It's nonsense. It's garbage inside there.
Beautiful.
But yeah, the design, that is my favorite design Maserati made. The Quattroporte I never really liked.
Okay.
But the Gran Turismo, it's by far. So what? I mean, I think
the Stelvio looks better than this.
What's the Stelvio?
Stelvio, the Aston Martin, the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, the
Alfa Romeo Stelvio.
Oh,
I think that looks better than this. I'm not totally in love with it. I don't hate it. But it's an interior, not quite super impressed.
Yeah, so I agree. The interior of this car, you know what Maserati's done, they've taken a lot of Chrysler cheap plastic parts and kind of embedded it in
FCA part sharing.
Yes, FCA part sharing, which they did because it saves them money. And they figure consumers will still pay for this car because it's a Maserati. I understand that because the Aventador does that with Audi. They share a lot of these same pieces and plastic pieces. Some of it's cheap. I mean, Lambos do that, but they can get away with it. With this car, I don't know. It kind of bothers me that they do have Chrysler trim in it because
a lot of buttons. I mean, this is a Uconnect string.
Yeah, it's a Uconnect string, right? Yeah. So that kind of bugs me. I think they should have you know, if Ferrari did that, it would bother me too. I don't think Ferrari should have Chrysler parts in it.
I think the Portofino might have stole the screen for something lesser.
Really? Yeah, I think it did look kind of Chrysler-ish.
Yeah. My favorite parts, the brown leather does look really nice. The color and the contrast scheme with the wood. This is the upgraded wood option. I love the paddle shifters. The rest of it, I'm not extremely impressive. Visibility's decent for an SUV. It is a pretty heavily raked rear windshield, so
yeah, that's part of the
visibility. Yeah, it's not great. But I don't feel like I'm in a particularly insanely special vehicle, especially.
25 miles per hour.
Pay attention.
I'm doing like 30. This car just yells at me non-stop. I hate that. You stupid electronic.
I've never heard of a car doing that.
Oh my god, that would drive me insane.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
Only time I've been in a car, you can set it in the RS7. And the last time I was driving my friend's RS7, and I think it set at 110, and that's when it beeped at me. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, cars usually beep. They don't talk to you, that is irritating. I think that if I owned this car, I would definitely turn it off.
But yeah, the interior is decent. I don't love the ergonomics of it, but it feels, I mean, it's different.
One thing that was odd with the transmission, it is hard to go in. I don't know, did you find that with the reverse? Yeah. It was a pain in the ass. I kept trying to shift it back and forth.
Trying to go into park, I definitely struggled. I don't know if this is, it's kind of like the whole Chrysler issue they had the recall over, right?
With the problem
you don't know what gear you're in and how many detents.
It hesitates. It's not easy to shift it, which is irritating.
So that actually legitimately was quite annoying.
Yeah,
because I was going to ask you about that actually, because there were a couple times I was trying to go into park and I just went into reverse.
Right.
I was like, I pushed it all the way forward.
Yeah.
So I had to do it again and again. I was like,
a car shouldn't be that hard to shift from park to rear to reverse to drive. So that's a little irritating with it, but speed.
This is like a Maserati that's anti-speeding.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have fun in this car. I mean, it has a great note. It has a great exhaust. To follow the speed limit in this car would be stupid. Really.
Yeah, it'd be a waste.
It would be a waste.
You have to
have fun in it. Yeah.
But I just keep getting back to the price. $100,000 on an SUV is a lot. That's like
steep,
what I mentioned to you.
Yep.
Obviously, I don't know how many people are going to cross-shop a Trackhawk in one of these, but for that same money, you could have a 707 horsepower. Many. But honestly, 100% honest, you have a Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
I think the interior of like the top-equipped Grand Cherokee with the upgraded leather is just as nice as this.
Exactly.
And like you get the same infotainment,
right? The
same transmission.
Yeah.
And like I don't necessarily think this is
the dual sunroof thing as well.
It's got suede headliner. Woo.
Yeah.
I honestly think
this is not suede headline.
This is suede.
No,
it's like
not.
fixed suede, isn't
it's
it?
not suede at all. It's regular fabric.
Is it?
It's
Okay, fine. Not less so.
It's not Alcantara.
Alcantara?
Is that how you say
Alcantara.
it? Alcantara. Yeah, Alcantara. Same thing.
Yeah. But
so it's not bad. It's just,
we have to talk about value.
Fabric.
If you want luxury, Range Rover Sport.
Yep.
Cayenne
Definitely
is in this
competes
range.
with this. Yes, the
GLE.
Cayenne. Yep, Merc GLE.
Yeah, X5.
What about the Velar? I thought the Velar would
didn't exist when this came out, but you could get a Velar,
Now you can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would consider the Velar.
But I believe this is more powerful than any Velar you can get.
Really?
424
yeah,
horsepower.
it probably is. I mean, this is what sells this car. Honestly, I think is a Maserati name, as well as the engine. The engine sounds to me amazing. Out of all the sport SUVs I've driven, none sound as fun as this one. It's a great exhaust note, and nobody else has it. I mean, Porsche pretty quiet. I didn't think the Cayenne
Stelvio Quadrifoglio would argue. The Cayenne Turbo's
okay,
kind of quiet.
yeah.
Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Oh, look, another Maserati. Grand Cabrio.
So Stelvia. I mean, that's fine. Put that in there because that's an Alfa Romeo. But other than that, I don't think anything else competes with this on the exhaust note. And I think it handles fairly well. It's a very sporty. That's
what it's tuned more for.
Right.
It does ride a little bit on the stiff side,
and it's going to cater towards the soccer mom families. People maybe they're tired of seeing Range Rovers all over, so they want something different.
Yes.
So, when you go to private school, like Cranbrook in this case, you can come up in the Maserati in the Cranbrook parking lot.
The Huzefa lifestyle.
Not my lifestyle. Go to public schools.
He rolled up in his Aventador to pick up his kids from school.
That's public. That's public public high school. But the owners of this car is Cranbrook. So that's why I made that reference. And
nobody on YouTube's going to know what the hell Cranbrook is.
Oh, that's true. I forgot you have an international following. So Cranbrook is a higher end private school in Michigan. One of the most expensive private schools, I think, actually in Michigan. So Country Day is the other
listen
one.
to that.
Yeah, that sounds sweet.
As soon as the valve's open, I wish the valves would stay open all the time.
I know. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that Trofeo.
Oh, that thing that's
right?
beastly. Yeah.
That would do it. Because, and I think they did that on purpose. They wanted to build other models, more, sporty, more aggressive models. So, this sounds cool.
Overall, I think it's a good choice. I think the value standpoint gets a little bit difficult to justify at this point. But again, somebody shopping for a nearly six-figure SUV, value is often not anywhere close to the top of their list of priorities. They're just
right.
I see, I want.
Yeah, exactly. This is something new.
Yeah,
something different.
It's something different. They could go buy a Cayenne. They could buy a X5, whatever. They've got the ability to. But something about this car caught their eye.
Even Escalade. I don't know. Escalade's in that.
Well, it's too big, I think.
Well, it's too big, but same price range.
Yeah,
right?
same
About
price
100K.
range. Yeah, it's a completely different.
Yeah,
car. You don't care about how it drives or performs or stuff like that.
Well, I don't know if the owners of this car necessarily care about how it drives or performs. His wife drives it.
Badge.
And
it's all about the badge.
It's a badge. Yeah,
all about the badge.
Yeah, I don't think she's like into sporty driving or into speeding or anything like that. It's about the brand. The badge brand name, and the Maserati sounds sexy.
It does.
If you say you have a Maserati in the garage, it sounds cool.
Yep.
So that helps.
To summarize this is Maserati's first SUV ever. This is the S model, so it makes a good amount of horsepower, 424. It's performance-wise pretty good. A little bit of turbo lag. Once you get into it, it's A, sounds awesome, and B, is pretty quick. But if you start going quickly and you can't quite figure out how to turn off the speed limit warning, it will yell at you incessantly and annoyingly. The speed limit is 50 miles an hour. It's got all your electronic aids, and it's got the driver assist package of adaptive cruise. It's got, as you would expect in a very expensive luxury car, it's got all those options there.
It doesn't have cooling seats, though.
No, it does not.
That bothered me.
No,
for $100K, it should have Cooling seats.
Remember what John said? He went and test drove a Bentayga.
Oh, the Bentayga,
It was a $265,000 Bentayga. No cooled seats. He goes like, what the hell?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know if you can option it, but
you can. You probably can, but they want you to pay for it. But I think that's irritating. I mean, for $100,000, you should have cooling seats. Even the Bentayga, I mean, that should have cooling seats. I mean,
just
for $265,000.
Hopefully, I didn't mess up audio completely.
Gross.
I sneezed. Sorry.
Gross. You splattered all over his car.
I didn't splatter anywhere. I went
like clean up after yourself. That's
I'm allergic to your stupid face.
My stupid face.
Yeah. There you go again. All you do is mock people. All right, that's the verdict. We're just rambling now. What do you think? Final thoughts? Would you buy one?
I would not buy one.
Okay.
Okay. I would not buy one. I think I'm kind of curious about the Range Rover Velar. A loaded Velar to me, it would be really cool. Would be a lot of fun. I love how the Velar looks, so I think that I would cross shop that with this.
Okay. Or you could buy 3 Ford Explorers because that's what he loves.
Yeah, you could. You could buy 3 Ford Explorers.
I'm surprised you haven't said that yet.
I forgot to bring that up.
For the price of this.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the Ford Explorer is $55,000.
You could buy 2 of them.
You could get 2 of those, yes.
You could buy 2.
Yeah.
We already have one.
Yeah, there's really no need to have more than one.
You already sold a Lamborghini for the Ford Explorer Sport.
Yeah, I sold the Aventador for the Ford Explorer. I like downgrading my life.
You sold the Huracan.
Yeah, the Huracan for the Ford Explorer. Then I sold the Aventador to buy a house, and then
no. You sold the Aventador to buy a Kia.
And not buying a Kia. Not buying a Kia.
Huzefa's gonna buy a Kia Stinger.
Yeah, but I think it's good. Downgrade your life once in a while.
I don't even know what a Kia Stinger is.
Yeah, I didn't know what that is. But yeah, it's good. It's good to downgrade your life so you'll appreciate things, and then when you save up more money, you can get something nice. You'll appreciate it. Because you're on the other extreme. You always want nice, amazing, nice, like unbelievable. I mean, you're BBE lifestyle, so you want everything.
All right, we are totally going off tangent right now. We're driving a Maserati Levante to review the Levante, and I think we have covered.
We covered everything we need to cover. Now I'm just covering your lifestyle.
My lifestyle. This is unrelated to this video right now.
It's kind of related.
Oh, God.
It's kind of related.
We're going to tune out at this point.
All right.
Final verdict, Levante, I think it's all right. It's for somebody who wants something more unique. If you are a value-minded shopper, I think some of the Germans would be more up your alley to get. But it's definitely a cool car. I'm glad they make this option because Italians seem to have the ability to put more emotion into the car. I can definitely feel that from this thing. The sound.
That's true. Yeah, definitely more emotion into it.
It's not as clinical. But also, I feel like describing cars as more emotional has always been like an excuse for it having flaws.
I know, right? That's true. People are like, oh, like what? Give me an example.
Because people accuse cars, oh my God, people accuse cars that are like too clinical and unemotional.
Yep.
All the cars that describe that are just way too perfect. They do everything well. There's no, like a GTR.
Yeah.
People are like, a McLaren. It's because it does everything perfectly. So therefore it has no emotion.
Right.
So a Ferrari has emotion because the Ferrari will have problems.
Yeah, or you'll lose control here and there, right?
Older ones. Newer ones are kind of all approaching.
They're better.
They're all approaching this asymptote of perfection.
Yep.
But that's kind of the way I viewed it. But I can see this as something.
Well, I don't think it's a flaw to have emotion in this car. I mean, to have the exhaust note to me is not a flaw. It sounds sweet. You know, that's what I want.
When you cold started it in the garage, I was like, what?
I know. I know. Shocking, right?
I would have believed that like somebody started a 458 or something.
Yeah, it has
that
mean
level
growl
of sound. So.
Right, and this is not like the top of the line sportiest model.
Yeah.
So this is the middle of the line, right? The S.
Yeah.
Middle line, and it's sporty, but not extreme, and it has a fun sounding engine. People know when you're driving this, they can probably hear you from farther away. You know,
you can hear it inside. So
yep.
There we go. Overall, Levante's pretty cool. Hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.